Coming up on Mountain News at 6, a golf tournament to honor a fallen officer. Why loved ones say it's so special. Plus, more live coverage from the historic Kentucky Mountain Laurel Festival in Pineville.
And enjoy the dry weather on this Friday because a few changes are looming by this weekend. All those details coming up as Mountain News at 6 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Many of you will be traveling this weekend, and it looks like the weather will cooperate for part of the weekend, but we are keeping a very close eye on Sunday for the possibility of strong to severe storms. First Alert meteorologist Cameron Aaron joins us now live from Pineville with the latest on that. Cameron.
Yes, Steve, the weather is perfect on this Friday evening. We are dry, under a few clouds, also mild. Most of us right now in the upper 70s to lower 80s. So you may be wondering, what's the first alert weather day for? Well, it's just the first alert for the potential for a few severe storms by Sunday. Let's go to the London Corbin Airport, though, just down the road from us. And once again, we are tracking some more dry weather. And that current temperature is mild, up to 80 over in Laurel County, 82 for Harlan County, also in Clay County, up to 79 for Irvin, and 78 over in Jackson for Breathitt County at this hour. Tracking some dry weather on First Alert Pinpoint Doppler. Could we see a stray shower this evening? It's possible, but it's not likely to close out your Friday. But notice as we zoom out, we are tracking this weather system producing some severe weather over Illinois, also Missouri, and this pesky weather system is slowly pushing into our region, and that will be our next severe weather maker possibly by Sunday. Your forecast this evening, though, possibly a few showers. Most of us are dry, also mild. We see middle to lower 60s. More details on that holiday weekend forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Cameron, thank you. Well, yesterday, just after 6 p.m., we learned that people from the landmark of Laurel Creek Nursing Center in Clay County were taken to Hazard ARH as a precaution due to that fire, that propane burn at the Vinland Energy Plant, which is near their nursing center in Clay County. Hazard ARH CEO Brian Springate says they were happy to open their doors to the landmark residents and staff, saying no one was injured. They just needed a safe place to go.
This was an effort to avoid having a problem. So that facility did the right thing, and we tried to help them. So that's really the biggest thing. Neighbors helping neighbors.
Springate says the patients began their journey back to the landmark of Laurel Creek Nursing Center at approximately 9 a.m. this morning. New details today on the Rowan County couple arrested yesterday in a child pornography investigation. John and Mira Elam are both charged with 13 counts of possessing matter portraying a minor under the age of 12 in a sexual performance. They are also facing 2 counts of possessing matter portraying a child over the age of 12 but under the age of 18 in a sexual performance. The couple was arrested yesterday when Kentucky State Police conducted a raid at their home in Moorhead. A former Eastern Kentucky prosecutor, Ronnie Goldie, learned his fate in court today. Earlier this year, a jury found him guilty of serious charges, including bribery and wire fraud. Goldie was found guilty of giving legal favors in exchange for sexual photos and videos from a woman. He was the Commonwealth's attorney for Rowan, Bath, Menifee, and Montgomery counties. Goldie will spend about 3 years behind bars. His attorney, Mike Curtis, says he thought the ruling was reasonable.
We thought that the way it came out was fair and just, and that Judge Reeves took into consideration the arguments of the government and our arguments, and he fashioned a sentence that he believed to be fair and just to promote respect for the law and to deter. So we were satisfied with it.
Goldie will be under supervision for 3 years upon his release. Goldie's attorney said he was unsure if Goldie would file an appeal. The judge in the case said Goldie would not pay any fines for his actions. Police in Laurel County responded to a report of a gun on a high school campus today. After an investigation, though, it was deemed the report had no merit. School officials posted on Facebook, quote, earlier today, officials at Laurel County schools received a report of a weapon on the campus of North Laurel High School. The Laurel County Schools Police Department and the London Police Department conducted a thorough search and and investigation and determined that the report was unsubstantiated, end quote. A wanted fugitive from Louisville was found and arrested in Corbin yesterday. Michael Wynn was being held in Louisville on a drug manufacturing charge. He was due to be released in 2023, but escaped from the facility he was being held at. Wynn was declared missing after officials said he did not show up for a head count. Police found him on Hidden Valley Street in Corbin. Wynn was charged with second-degree escape. Police are searching for a stolen truck out of Pikeville. Take a look at your screen here. Police say this Chevy Silverado was stolen Tuesday morning. They say it was last seen traveling toward Holiday Inn Express that morning. Police say the truck has black fender flares and an aluminum box in the bed. If you have any information, contact Pikeville Police at 606-437-6236. A golf tournament today celebrated the life and legacy of one of the officers killed in the Allen ambush nearly 2 years ago. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more from Allen, where William Petrie's son teed off the tribute.
14 teams putting for Petrie.
Welcome all you guys out today. This is going to be our second annual golf tournament in memory of William Petrie.
William Petrie was killed in the line of duty during the 2022 Allen ambush. Friday, the golf course in Allen was used to honor his memory.
For him to be able to play in honor of his dad here in a tournament that is in memory of his father, I think is amazing.
Chase Petrie teed off the second annual tournament, saying it is a blessing to be part of something the father, husband, and career law enforcement officer was so passionate about.
He loved this scramble. We'd always try to get in this scramble every year we could, and he loved being a part of it and helping out, and that was just one of his big things, was helping out kids.
With the proceeds from the event benefiting the Floyd County Shrine Club's efforts.
It's great to be able to come out here and do this golf scramble with the Shriners in order to, raise money for these kids that, are less fortunate.
While keeping Petrie's legacy alive on the links.
It's awesome to be able to see, it's still 2 years later almost that we're still remembering him and what he did when he was here, and being able, I know I saw it, but I'm glad other people were able to see what he did here and how great he was.
Hoping for a hole-in-one in honor of a hero to all. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The event is an annual effort to raise money for the Shriners and keep sharing Petrie's story. We gave you an inside look at the 93rd Kentucky Mountain Laurel Festival earlier on First at 4. WYMT's Madison Carmouche is still there for us and has more on the pageant aspect of the oldest festival in Kentucky. Madison.
Good evening, Steve. That's right. I'm here in downtown Pineville, where more and more people have come out. And I mean, you can hear it behind me. It is an electric environment here right now. A lot of people, music everywhere. But officials and festival goers both let me know that one of the most special traditions of the festival is going to be the princess and queen coronations.
We do a weekend of fun things, luncheons, teas, coronations, dances, those types of things. And by the end of Friday, we have a new princess, and by the end of Saturday, we have a new queen.
Festival goers like Amy Woolham say her connection as a former princess keeps her coming back.
The coronation is one of the most beautiful things I think I've ever seen, on Saturday with the reflecting pond and all the girls in their gowns, and you have to really see to appreciate it.
She adds the traditions of the festival are what makes it and Pineville unique.
If I ever get the opportunity, I try to tell people, when I'm away, and they'll say, oh, Pineville's, where's that? And I always like to refer to the festival and try to invite people here.
Woolham says over the years she tried to stay involved with the festival.
I also was a general chairperson over the festival. It's been about 5 or 6 years ago. So just the festival's a really big thing for our family, and we love it.
And Woolham is not alone in her Maytime excitement.
It's just a unique community comes together. When the pink and green comes out, everybody gets excited.
and I have enjoyed seeing so much of that pink and green today. They will host the Princess Coronation tonight starting at 8 p.m. at Pineville Independent. So if you are anywhere near downtown Pineville, I have been told repeatedly today that is not what you want to miss. So like I said, if you're here in downtown Pineville, make your way to that Princess Coronation. But for now, I will send it back to you, Steve.
All right, Madison, thank you. Glad the weather is cooperating for you tonight. The festival continues tomorrow with the Governor's Luncheon and the coronation of the Kentucky Mountain Laurel Festival Queen. Officials with the Kentucky Department of Education released financial report cards for the 2022-23 school year. WYMT's RJ Johnson sat down with the Letcher County Assistant Superintendent on how the July 2022 flood impacted their spending.
Each year, the Kentucky Department of Education releases its annual school report card. After the initial report card is released, officials shared the financial report card months later.
They base your funding, they look at personnel from the federal government, non-personnel expenditures from the federal government, state and local personnel expenditures, state and local non-personnel expenditures.
According to the report, the Letcher County School District spent more than $60 million throughout the 2022-23 school year, averaging more than $24,000 per student.
And then because of, with the flood expenditures, those are calculated, they're district level, so it prorated it, which caused an increase in our per pupil funding. But it was to build back our, our buildings that were lost, our 9 buildings.
Assistant Superintendent Josh Yant says because of the floods, they spent a lot just to clean up their facilities.
We had to spend a lot of local funds in order to get the school systems back open, all of our schools. We had roughly $6.2 million in just cleanup alone because we had 9 different buildings affected.
He says they also had to spend more on transportation.
Where we had schools combined, we had longer transportation costs, longer bus routes, which may increase those costs for that. We lost 26 buses in the flood, so we had to purchase new buses. We purchased some used buses as well from local districts.
On top of that, officials worked throughout the school year, working to replace things damaged in the schools.
Our per pupil amount did increase because we spent such a large amount of our Fund $1 to buy back all those things, even down to textbooks that had been delivered during the summer. We had to repurchase those. We had to do the technology, the Interite boards, furniture for the buildings, everything.
In Letcher County, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Jan says they are still working to renovate several properties throughout the county.
We are tracking a first alert weather day on this Sunday, so be sure to stay weather aware. Your full forecast after this break. Plus,
Memorial Day weekend is here. How officials say you should approach traveling for the holiday.